Welcome back to Shy Ill Reacts. I'm your host, Shy Ill, and we are back. Today we're talking about El Mayo, his appearance in court. Plea deals are imminent. Sinaloa Cartel leader El Mayo in plea talks in federal Brooklyn case, prosecutors say. His son is likely to testify in a trial which could yield the unaliving penalty. The Mexican rug lord who founded the Sinaloa Cartel with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is in plea talks with federal prosecutors in Brooklyn, New York, to resolve this case before a trial that could yield termination penalty, an assistant United States attorney said during a hearing on Wednesday. Ismael and Mayo Zambada, 76 years old, has pleaded not guilty to a slew of federal rug and weapon charges. He had been wanted in the U.S. for more than 2 decades when he landed over the summer at a small airport in New Mexico where he was taken into custody. A frail-looking Zambada appeared at the hearing in a beige smock over an orange t-shirt and reading glasses dangling from the collar. He held an earpiece to his right ear with an index finger to listen to the interpreter. The parties have been engaged in discussions to resolve the case pre-trial. All right? Say it ain't so, man. Are they talking? Is that what's happening? Are they snitching? Are we picking and choosing? What's happening here? Who's writing the next corrido? Huh? I want to hear it. I want to hear it loud. The next corrido about how everybody stood their 10 toes down and there was loyalty in the game and he did it because he loved them. Miss me with the bullshit. The judge asked the parties to return to court on April 22nd and, in the meantime, to keep working on a plea deal. Who is Mayo serving up on a platter? Is Mayo serving up the Mexican government officials on a platter? Local and state police officials, military officials, other rug lords. Who's he putting up on the chopping block? Who's he putting on the table? Huh? Miss me with the picking and choosing and the snitch talk. They're all talking. It's a tactic. It's part of the game. It's one of the rules of engagement when it comes to the cartel. No trial date has been set. During the hearing, Judge Brian Cogan also allowed Zambada to keep his lawyer, Frank Pérez, despite a conflict over Pérez's representation of El Mayo's son, Vicente Zambada Niebla, who is cooperating with the government, who is likely to be called to testify against his father. If you ask me, that's a familial situation right there, where they made a decision as a unit and planned it all and formed Voltron to get the best deal that they could for everybody involved. That's what I see happening here. You tell me if I'm wrong. Here we go. Because Vicente has information that might be used against you, and indeed because Vicente may testify against you, Mr. Pérez has conflicting loyalties, Cogan said. You don't have to proceed with a lawyer like Mr. Pérez, who was conflicted. Zambada put on his glasses to read a prepared statement that said he wished to retain Pérez as his lawyer despite the conflict. That's crazy chess moves right there, boy. Maybe it means nothing. I'm just a guy on the internet. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber, right? I understand that upon representing 2 people in the same case, there will be problems, Zambada said in Spanish, but I don't want a different attorney. I want Mr. Pérez to represent me, even if this presents a conflict. The successors of El Mayo and El Chapo have been waging a bloody fight for control of the Sinaloa Cartel after El Mayo accused El Chapo's son, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, of betraying him and turning him over to the United States. Zambada and Guzman Lopez were arrested in New Mexico in July following an operation that a Homeland Security Investigations official told ABC News had been planned for months. Zambada faces multiple federal indictments in jurisdictions across the U.S. and has been on the run from U.S. and Mexican law enforcement for years. He was arraigned in Brooklyn federal court in September on 17 counts related to rug trafficking, firearms offenses, and money laundering. The charges make El Mayo eligible for the termination penalty. He was ordered detained pending trial. Federal prosecutors allege that under El Mayo's leadership, the Sinaloa Cartel expanded its rug business into Fetty Wap manufacturing and distributed thousands of kilos of Fetty Wap into the U.S. The co-founder of the Sinaloa Cartel, El Chapo, was extradited to the U.S. in 2017, convicted in 2019, and sentenced to life in prison. His son, Guzman Lopez, has pleaded not guilty to rug trafficking charges. More plea deals are imminent. We are all caught up as far as El Mayo's trial situation. It's looking like he is working on a plea deal, and he is keeping the same lawyer that is representing his son, who can and will be called to testify against him. So I don't know how the conflict works right there. To me, it sounds like everybody's there to work out the best deal. Right? With that said, y'all have a good one, and I will holler. Peace.